Hey everybody, can we talk? Can we talk about a just in case plan? Because that's what I feel like talking about today. I want to talk about creating a just in case plan. You know, just in case. And mainly, I want to develop a just in case plan for taking the first steps out of addiction. But it doesn't have to apply to that, it could apply to just about anything. But for this little video, we're going to pick up where we did in the last podcast where we were talking about addiction, which remember, we can all relate to. My name is M.A. Lamdieu, and I'm not a genius, I'm not a guru, but I do have some experience regarding substance abuse disorder that you might find helpful. The name of my business is Create Your Nice Day. You can find me on the web, createyourniceday.com. And there you're going to find a taste of my collage work, a little taste of my writing, and a little bit more of both is going to be coming real soon. My purpose is to help people prepare for the journey of a lifetime. I'm trying to tell as many people as I can that life is meant to be an adventure. Because life is really just a series of adventures, one little adventure after another. Substance abuse disorder is the new fancy name for addiction. I like it, so I'm going to use it. Substance abuse disorder. It seems like it takes the alcoholic and the addict out from underneath the bridge and puts them in a doctor's waiting room. In 3 simple words: substance abuse disorder. I wish it was that simple in real life. I wish that was simple for everyone who has substance abuse disorder. Because moving from addiction to a life of recovery is not a hop, skip, and a jump. It's really more like a leap of faith. And oh my God, I'm going to die leap of faith. And if you're going to drive your car off a cliff, you know, it'd be a lot more fun if you had someone in the passenger seat ready to go over the cliff with you. So last week we started talking about the people in your life who you trust, so that you could call them when you were really ready to get started, so that they could help you stay with it and help to hold you accountable. Now we were looking for people in your life who would stand by you as you were trying to learn new, and as you were trying to change, and as you were going through what will be an emotional roller coaster. I asked you to start gathering these phone numbers, just the names and numbers, and asked you to put them all in one place, like that little pocket in your purse, or one small paper in your wallet, or a little jar pushed way back into your dresser, where no one else is going to find it. Notice I didn't say to put it on your phone, because phones get lost, phones get broken into, and you can make mistakes with phones. And these numbers are for when you don't want to make any more mistakes. And we talked about where to look for people and numbers if you don't have any names and numbers readily available to you. There's 3 people you could look into if you were short on trusted confidants: a minister, a doctor, and a lawyer. You can find them on the internet. And if you don't have the internet or you don't know how to use it, you can just dial 0 on your phone. Get the phone number for your nearest library. Call the information desk at the library and ask them for that much help to get started. Gathering these phone numbers is a huge step. Change, recovery, and sobriety will require somebody to help you figure out what to do, how to do it practically, and help you to sort out all the details that are going to be coming at you. Things like insurance, transportation, child care, money management. And remember, these numbers should only be used when you're asking for help with a big life change. But also, they could be used anytime you're trying to make a huge life change. Anything. Sobriety, going back to school, buying a house. Now when we're talking about the places that people go to when they're first trying to get sober, there's usually about 4, okay, that help with early recovery. One is where you stay at home and you devise a plan where you get help involving non-professionals. The second is where you stay at home, and 2 or 3 days or nights a week, you get some help from professionals. Another level is where you go away for 7 to 28 days. And the next level after that is where you go away for 6 months to a year, and you get round-the-clock help with some professionals. And there is no one right answer. And the answer is not based on how much or how often. And to be honest with you, the answer is usually based on how much insurance you have or lack thereof. But please, let me tell you, even if you don't have insurance, you can usually get help. The professionals at the treatment facilities will help get insurance for you. And this option can all be discussed with that friend that you have the name and number for. They can help you when you're trying to consider what option is best for you. Both of you can go and make an appointment with a doctor, and you can include your general practitioner to help you make that decision. And most people work their way up on the drastic decision step list, okay? So at first they try and stay home and come up with a plan involving non-professionals. And this could mean going to AA meetings, or going to church, or just trying to stop on their own. The second step would be trying an outpatient program. That's where you stay at home, you can continue working, and you get help 3 days, 5 days, either during the day or at night. And you get other people who are going through the same process as you are, so you're kind of supporting each other, but you get some guidance from counselors. And there's about 1 million different ones of these, and we'll talk about those at length in a different video. The next step, the third step, that's where you go away from 7 to 28 days. And there you get a little bit more help from professionals. But really, I wouldn't worry about this at this point, because it's something that is not going to happen for many people. But since everybody worries about, oh my God, what happens if, and because there are some parents that need to know about this stuff, we're going to talk about an inpatient program at length in a different video. And the fourth level of care is when people go away for 6 months to a year, and they get help from professionals around the clock. Knock this option if you want to, but this option has become way more than just farms. And they have a wide range of apartment programs that are now available. And again, we're going to talk about them at length in a later video. But, you know, when we get right down to it, I think the biggest fear that we have about quitting anything is the actual giving it up point. And I don't believe you have to completely give it up to get started in recovery. I kind of have a more of a Chantix idea of quitting. But that's because I think like an alcoholic. What happens in my brain when I hear I have to give something up is like one of two things. Either I'm going to get pissed off that I have to give it up, or I'm going to get depressed because I have to give it up. So what if I change my mental thinking about it? What if I don't give it up? What if I still tell myself I can, but I start my mind, my body, and my spirit turning in the direction of quitting? Like, what if I try and cut down enough so that I'm a little bit more coherent every day? Coherent enough to start really asking some questions, trying to be able to think about the answers. Also, this would also mean trying to sober up enough to be able to meet people or listen or read about other people who have attempted sobriety and have gotten it. Because when it comes to an all or nothing choice, then my choice is either all or it's nothing. And I'm very afraid that I can't get to it all. And if I can't get it all, then I'm afraid I'm going to look like an idiot because I'm going to end up with nothing. I'm afraid I'm not going to know how to get better. Okay, so start off with a better choice. What if the choice was, instead of all or nothing, what if our choice was how far? How far? As soon as it's how far, then I don't have to get to it all. I just have to do a little bit more today. Better doesn't have anything to do with nothing. Better implies I'm starting with something. How far allows me room to learn. So it's not that I don't know. Every day is how much did I learn? Because if I'm learning something, I'm learning how. I didn't know it all. I still don't. You can ask anybody that knows me. But I know enough to get started. And I know enough to continue. And I know enough to know I want to go on. Thanks everybody for watching, and God bless you. And if you don't believe in God, that's okay. Just ask Him to keep blessing you until you do. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.